As we prepared to put the finishing touches on this first installment of America's Forum for the year 2015, we should note the nation is mourning the loss of a liberal political icon, former New York Governor Mario Cuomo.
Cuomo died at his home in Manhattan Thursday, only hours after his son, Andrew Cuomo, was sworn in for his second term as New York's governor.
Here's a look back at the life of Mario Cuomo and reactions to the news of his passing.
We believe as Democrats that a society as blessed as ours, the most affluent democracy in the world's history, one that can spend trillions on instruments of destruction, ought to be able to help the middle class in its struggle, ought to be able to find work for all who can do it, room at the table, shelter for the homeless, care for the elderly and infirm, and hope for the destitute. And we proclaim as loudly as we can the utter insanity of nuclear proliferation and the need for a nuclear freeze, if only to affirm the simple truth that peace is better than war because life is better than death.
And he electrified America and the Democratic Party by articulating a message about the transformative power of big government. Remember, he was a popular governor around the time of Ronald Reagan's popularity as a president, and he articulated what he believed to be the flip side of what Ronald Reagan called the shining city on the hill. He said there was a tale of two cities, that the United States was made up of rich folks and poor folks, and that government could serve those poor folks in a better fashion.
Well, I have never known a man that intelligent in my life. He spoke at length once at the governor's mansion when he invited me to stay over when he was being honored by a high honor from the Italian government. And he was supposed to speak with us for about half an hour, and he and I sat for 3 hours and just discussed. I've never had such a scintillating, extraordinarily intelligent discourse with any human being ever in my life. Mm-hmm. He was the quintessence of goodness and honor and intelligence and greatness. There is no way to replace a man like this, and my heart is in pieces.
He's in the heart and mind of every person who is here. He's here and he's here. And his inspiration and his legacy and his experience is what has brought this state to this point.
One of the simple things I wanted to achieve is I want to be governor. I want to be the hardest working there ever was. And I want, when it's over, and I figured on 4 years at first, I want people to say, now there was an honest person.
And he served for governor 3 terms there in Albany before our friend George Pataki unseated him. But I thought it was interesting to hear Betsy McCoy, who ran as part of that team, Pataki McCoy. She became lieutenant governor, telling us just a little while ago that 2 weeks after the election, she bumped into Governor Cuomo at LaGuardia, and he said, hey, you're doing a great job.
Yeah, he definitely seemed to earn the respect of a lot of people across party lines. Well,
and there is something else about politics that people may not understand. You can have some would say a spirited, maybe even a bitter relationship and understand one's opposite number in terms of performance and effectiveness. As I mentioned earlier, the fact that praise came very personally to Mario Cuomo from former President Richard Nixon, of all people. After Nixon and the rest of the nation heard the keynote address at the 1984 Democratic Convention, President Nixon was quick to privately write Governor Cuomo and tell him what an outstanding job he thought Governor Cuomo did.
And I thought it was interesting to hear about that. President Obama said that he actually said it was one of his favorite speeches, you know, praising Cuomo from his 1984 address at the Democratic National Convention.
It is an effective speech regardless of the theme, if it is delivered with passion and sincerity. Whatever deficiencies, and I could take some of those statements now in the fullness of time and debate them, still they are offered in very effective fashion. We are offered to you, we hope, in effective ways, in a variety of ways. Right now, if you're watching us on the Dish Network, you see us 24/7 there on channel 223. You may be tuned to channel 206 on Dish, the former home of the Fox Business Network. We hope you'll watch us 24/7 on 223 and, of course, channel 349 on DirecTV. We will be back Monday. Stay brave, stay free, stay tuned.